Okay, good evening. Last session we learned about string formatting. How do we use string formatting? So, what are the various string formatting functions, string formatting methods, and string manipulation methods? In string manipulation methods, you saw how to use char at. We have like char code at. We have like another one is substring. We have substr. We have slice. We have a property called length. These are the basic things we learned yesterday. We have so many. We have options like index of. Index of is nothing but it returns the index number of specified character. It returns the index number of specified character, and if character not found, then it returns -1. If the character not found, it will return -1. Similarly, we have last index of. Last index of it is it finds the last occurrence index number. It finds the last occurrence index number of character. That means, for example, we have a string called welcome like this, and we are using str.index of e. Then it will return the index number as 1. If I give an str dot last index of e, then it will return as 6. Yeah. That means it will get the last occurrence. So e is e is at 1, but it is repeating. If it is repeating, I want to find the last occurrence, last when it occurred. Then we can use last index of. These are all important functions. By using these, we can do a lot of manipulations. We will see in different examples. In one example, we cannot implement everything. Depending on different requirements, we have to learn about them. Now, let's see one simple point. So, how to use index, last index, and all this. Actually, we have options like 2 uppercase, 2 lowercase. Actually, 2 uppercase converts everything into capital letter. 2 lowercase converts everything into small letters. But I want a simple logic here. I want to convert here. String may be in any way, WELCOME, to so some JavaScript. So script like this we may have different. I want to print it in a sentence case. Sentence case means only first letter must be caps. I want to print in sentence case. Sentence case means in the sentence first letter must be capital, all others must be lowercase. But we don't have any method like this. We have to write a program. So we don't have any method like that. So we need a program. So if we need a program, so to handle that, then how do we can do that? First point, we have to read first character. How to read first character? To read the first character, we have to use msg dot char at which index 0. It will return the first character. I have to read rest characters. That means all other characters. All other characters from E. That means from index 1 to end. In that case, we can use, yesterday we learned substring. Substring. I can use substring, substr from which index 1. Don't need to give the end index. It will read up to end, right? From 1 to end. Okay. Now I need to design a word. I need to design a sentence. This sentence must have first character converted to uppercase. To that we have to add plus. Plus will concatenate the rest characters to lowercase. That means now sentence contains first character uppercase and rest characters lowercase. Now we need to combine here. We need to define the, let's print here. This is actual message and we will print document.write sentence. We will print that sentence. And you can see it is going to print that. That means we don't have any separate function for that. We have to write manually by using this technique. So we need to read the characters based on their location, based on the index numbers, and we need to concatenate and present them. Everything you cannot achieve immediately. You need to learn so many techniques to handle all situations. This is one example. So how we can use this sentence case, how we can define the sentence. Now where to use this index of, last index of? For example, suppose we are asking for some here. Let's take a page. Suppose we are using here email. Okay, we ask email and input type is equal to text and ID txt email. Then I want to verify, so the email is having @ or not. We'll just put a button, submit. We need to verify whether email is having @ or not. If it is not having @ then I need to show warning. How do you verify @ there or not? That particular character available or not. For that, generally what we have to do is, here I will put a div ID as MSG. Okay, let's put some break. Keep this button here. Okay. Now what should happen is, when user enters email, it should verify is there @ present inside that, and it should display some message. So it's simple. What you do, on button click, on click. So verify email. We are not verifying complete email, just only one concept we are verifying. Script, we have a function verify email, and where email comes from get element by ID txt email dot value. That means it gets the email value. After that, it gets the email value. Now we will use a simple condition. That means if email dot index of index of at the net. Index of at the net is equal to -1 is equal to -1. That means index of will verify whether this character is there or not. If that character is there, it will return index number of that character. Usually index number starts with 0. Anything less than 0 means it is not available. So that means at the net is not there. If at the net is not there, we will access MSG. So document dot get element by ID. Element by ID. This is MSG. In that we will display MSG dot inner HTML is equal to. So we will say email. Please include at the net in email. This message we are displaying. Else, if it is there, MSG dot inner HTML, I will say some email verified. Like that, we are just keeping a message. Now here we are typing some email and gmail.com. There is no at the net inside it. Then it says please include at the net. You include at the net, then it will say email verified. As of now, I can include at the net at any place, but I want minimum 3 characters, minimum 4 characters. Then you can write multiple conditions. That means if email is available in this, means email is valid. Here we can write another condition, another if. Such multi-level conditions you will learn later, because those things we will learn in a concept called statements. As of now, we will just concentrate on data types, right? Later when we learn statements, we will learn so many complex things. I will not go into if, else, switch, case. So until or unless we specially learn about them, we will use basic level until we learn that statements. Once we know statements, we will learn all forms of the statements. In how many ways we can use, what is nested if, what is if and else if. So we will discuss all. As of now, this is enough. So here we are using the function what? Index of. Our intention is to understand these functions, how to use index of, how we can use last index of and all this, right? These are the basic now. We have character, char at, char code at, substring, substr, slice, index of, last index of. We have another important in the string functions. We have starts with, we have ends with. Starts with is nothing but it returns true if string starts with specified characters, and ends with, it returns true if string ends with specified characters. You can verify whether the string is starting with or ending with the specified characters or not. It is a Boolean function. It will return true or false, true or false. For example, see now, suppose I am designing here, clean up all this. Yeah. Here I am just configuring a data list, data term. So here credit card, suppose credit card. Okay. Or say card number, I will sum. Card number. Okay, let's put this some link relation is equal to style sheet. Style sheet and href is equal to node modules, bootstrap and dist css, bootstrap.css. Okay, so let's keep this container fluid, class container fluid, and here we will put option. So payment details. Okay. Card number, I am just giving a data definition. Input type is equal to text. And ID is txt card, class as form control. And we will put an image here. So image width is some 80 or 90 pixels, height also some 40, and the source is not there. I will put as class input group text, and this I will keep it as class as input group. That is just only the design we created here. This is card number, and when user enters the card number, when user types some card number here, I need to verify, and based on that we will put some pictures here. So in my computer, I have some images. Yeah, this is Visa and Master. These images I am copying and placing here. We'll keep in our public assets. Yes, in this we have this Visa and Master. This is PNG. This is also PNG. Okay. Now here we need to verify the card image have an ID as pic. Okay. While user is entering the card number, when user is entering the card number, while typing itself, that means on key up, verify card. Okay. Now we will write the function. So verify card. That means it will verify for every character. We will first access card number, document get element by ID txt card dot value, and we will get the pic, document get element by ID pic, that is image. And here we are verifying if card number dot starts with 444. If it is starting with 444, pic.src is equal to / public / assets / in that visa.png. That is the option. So we will write another condition, else if card number dot starts with 555 here. If it is starting with 555, then pic.src, I am giving another condition. It will be public dot assets / master.png. If it is not matching with both of these, pic.src is empty and pic.alt, picture have alternate text. Alternate text I will give as invalid. Like this I define. Now this is a condition which is verifying whether the card number is starting with these characters or not. So now I am typing the card number here. I am typing the card number here, 44. It says invalid because if it is 4 digits, 444, then it is Visa. And if it is starting with 555, then it is Master. That means we are verifying whether it is starting with the specific characters or not. So to verify it is starting with specific characters, then we can define by using starts with. It returns true or false. That's the reason we have to use a simple condition. If it is starts with this, then it will display visa. Otherwise, it will display master. If not both, then it will display some invalid. We can write lot of conditions. Its length should not be more than 16. Card number is compulsory. There are so many conditions we can configure. But here our intention to understand starts with. Similarly, so we have suppose another data term and your Gmail. So, and here data definition, I have input type is equal to text. ID as txt email. Here only Gmail is allowed. Outlook or MSN or any other email address not allowed. Only Gmail is allowed. Or I defined your Skype. So your Skype address. And here I will give as some txt Skype. That means it should be only outlook.com. Anything else not allowed. That means now we need to verify. So this is the class form control. Now we need to verify after they finish. That means on blur. On blur, I will say verify address, verify Skype like this. And we will write a function. Here we need to display a message, data definition. ID is, here we will give the ID as MSG. That means here we have to write the function. The function is verify Skype, and it should accept the Skype. Skype is document get element by ID txt Skype. Txt Skype dot value. And here we are configuring another MSG, document get element by ID MSG. And if Skype dot ends with, starts with, ends with, so outlook.com, then we will put msg.inner.html empty. If it is not, then we will put here a message msg.inner.html. We will see. So Skype address must have Outlook domain, something like this I define. I will just put here msg.class name because we are using class name. So class name is equal to, here I will put as text danger. So this is simple. Here we need to enter the Skype address. So when I am typing the Skype address, so I defined some name as some Naresh IT at some gmail.com, and it says Skype address must have Outlook domain. That means it will allow only outlook.com. Now it is fine. Anything else not allowed. This time we are verifying, is it ending with that characters or not? Here we are verifying, is it starting with those characters or not? Starting with the characters. So starts with and ends with. So how we can use them in the strings? These are start with and end with, how we can configure. Another important, we have functions like trim. We have functions like split. Trim is nothing but it is used to remove leading spaces. To remove the leading spaces, you need trim. And the split is used to, it splits, it splits the string at a specified character. You can say at specified delimiter. Delimiter means separator. It will split its separator. But here actually what it does is it returns an array. So without knowing about arrays, you can't handle that perfectly. So later you will learn about arrays. When you learn about arrays, you can do more with it. Because in order to handle split, you have to know perfectly about arrays because it returns an array. So later you will learn about array. Temporarily here I will show you. Trim is leading spaces. Leading spaces means the spaces, nothing but leading spaces means space before and after string. After string, not the space within the string. Leading spaces are the spaces before the string, after the string. Not in between. In between spaces are not removed. Trim is used for that. This is very much required because many times what happens is, suppose here itself we will use or another simple. Right, let's add another file. This is trim. Yeah, so here I am defining a simple trim method. Yeah, here I am defining so email or say username. I am defining username. So user ID I am configuring. And text box input type is equal to text. ID is equal to txt user ID. Okay, now below this we will keep a div. Here when user finished typing the user ID, so I have to verify that user ID. So on blur verify user. Okay, so here I am writing a script. So function verify user. What I am verifying here is var user ID is equal to document get element by ID txt user ID dot value. Here we are verifying if user ID is equal to John underscore NIT. If it is matching with that word John NIT, then document dot query selector we will put in the div, because I don't have any ID. I can give an ID. In the div, I will put inner HTML saying that. So this is yeah, not in the div. What I will do is here, if it is matching, I will put document dot write user verified. Otherwise, we will put that message. This is invalid user. Invalid user ID. That's what we are configuring. Now, actually, here when we run this, so I am typing here John underscore NIT, and I type here it says invalid user ID, but it is same. But it is same. But actually, what happened is a space is there before it. Accidentally, a space is before it, or accidentally a space may be after it. Then it will consider that space also as a part of string. Then it shows invalid. That means you may think that you typed correct, but some space have an issue, extra space. This will generally happen from users. Then what we do is we delete that extra space, whatever that comes before or after, and then verify. So This user ID, whatever you typed in text box, it should delete the extra spaces. That means trim. What trim will do? It will remove the spaces if it is having unnecessary spaces before and after. After removing spaces, it will verify. It will verify. So trim is used to delete those extra spaces. Now I am using some spaces and I am saying John underscore NIT. Doesn't matter. It says verified. Previously, it was not allowed because it is John underscore NIT. I put some spaces. It's verified. But if I don't use that trim, if I don't trim the string, then here John underscore NIT spaces, it's invalid. So you have to trim those leading spaces. Remember, this is only for leading spaces. Leading spaces will be before the string or after the string. Leading spaces. Then it will manage based on that. It will manage based on that. Remove that or use it, no problem. It is verified. That is basically how we can use trim. So how we can configure the trim, right? So technically, so trim is used for not removing blank spaces. It is used for removing leading spaces. Some people will have a definition like it will remove blank spaces. Those are not blank spaces. We call them as leading spaces, right? Next, split is nothing but it splits the string into array. For example, here, suppose we will use some split HTML. Here we are configuring. So a simple script, and here we are defining split. So where, suppose I define user details. User details, actually here we have, so this is John and his phone number. Like this, something I have. After that, some David, so and some phone number. So some phone number. Like this, we have some options. Roughly, we are configuring like this. Now I want to separate these two details. I want to separate those two details. That means the details separated with comma. Then actually, we can simply use this technique where here in the square brace, we are declaring John and we are declaring David, two people, is equal to user details. User details is a string. We will use split. Split at which character? Comma. You have to write like this. Actually, this is a modern technique. In this modern technique, what happens is, generally what happens, this will split the string. The string splits into two parts, and this will be at zero index. This will be at one index. This will be at one index. So in order to access the John, we have to use user details of 0. It will get this John details. 1 will get the David details. But in modern JavaScript, we use this technique. We call it as destructuring. Later you will learn in arrays. That's what I told you, that you need to learn arrays to handle this. Later you will learn in arrays. We call this destructuring. That means it will separate these two at comma, and it will store the first one in John. It will store the second one in David. And if I want to print those details, document.write John, then it is able to print only the John details. we can separate. This is a destructuring technique for an array, which you will learn about arrays. Actually, what split can do, it can split the values. It can split the values according to the separator. The separator can be a space or a symbol or any character. It will separate. After separating, it will return an array. So that means actually this is returned as an array. Means I will tell you here. This user details will allocate the memory in this way now. In this, what happens? That means this is the memory for user details. In this memory allocation, it will keep two divisions. In one division, you will have the information about John and the mobile number something. And in another location, you have David and some address. This is at 0 and this is at 1. Actually, what happens now is, in order to access, you have to use user details of 0. It will return John. User details of 1. It will return David. Instead of doing that, what we do is we use a destructuring technique, which is very advanced in modern JavaScript. We use John in the square brace and David. And into that, we will put user details. It's an array. Now, in this, whatever present in this user details 0, it will come here and David will come here. So that you can individually handle those values and manage. That is separating the string at specified characters and returning. This generally we can manage by using split. Later when you learn arrays, you can do a lot of things for that. So how we can split a string and how you can manage the string. This is another example for split. If you know arrays and all, you can do lot of other techniques. When you go to interviews in JavaScript, majority these kind of questions will come. That means how to extract, how to separate, how to search, how to reverse, how to find out whether that character is available or not. All such questions are very common in JavaScript interviews. They ask in very complex level. Suppose you show your education career as engineer, right? BTech or MCA, then you are gone. That means now so much complicated logics they will ask that you have learned in your C programming in your college. Such programs they ask in JavaScript to do. They will say that write a program to print this layout, right? So for ordinary background people, they don't ask these things, right? Because they think that engineer MCA people are genius. They think like that, right? Due to that, they need to ask these kind of questions only for the people who are coming from such backgrounds, because they have to test the logical skills. And such programs they already learned in college in programming like C. Whatever programs they learned in C, they ask them in JavaScript. Why? Because the same logic they have to implement here, right? But they have to work on UI, user interface. But we don't use such programs anywhere, but they have to ask that just to test the skill levels, right? So you must be get prepared with all such questions. Only such questions are asked for such technical background people. Many people ask, sir, I have a non-technical background. So if you are non-technical background, they will not ask much about technical things, so that you haven't learned in your career, right? They will just test you have good programming skills, logics or not. If you are coming from technical background, your skill sets are different, then your interview will be different, right? Depending on your background education, your interview will be, right? So initially questions will be same for all of them. Second round, it will change depending on what background you kept in your resume, right? That is the reason you must get prepared with such programs in JavaScript. Whatever you learned in C, C++ like programs, you can handle. So these are basic, one important. Another option here we have, another option here we are having, and another one is we have a match method. Match. Another match. Match is nothing but actually it is used to verify. It is used to verify the given string against with a regular expression. With a regular expression. It is used to verify the given string with a regular expression. You know regular expression. Already we learned how to build regular expression. Now match is used to verify whether it is matching with regular expression or not. For example, suppose I am configuring here. Suppose I am defining a program. Yeah. And here I am defining password. Suppose password. So here we will specify a data list with a data term. So here I will say verify password. Verify password. And your password, you can enter your password. And data definition input type is equal to password. ID as txt password. Now I need to verify whether the password is matching or not. And if password is matching with my expression, then it should display message. Already we return pattern. We return pattern. But here pattern is standard. Once you define a pattern, it will verify that pattern. But our pattern can change dynamically. Pattern can change dynamically. Pattern changing dynamically means for different situation, it can be different. For example, suppose this is not changing dynamically, but dynamically changing means it is asking mobile number. And that mobile number pattern will change. Mobile number pattern will change according to country. That means user selects his country, based on that pattern will change. That means mobile number field will be same, but the pattern used for that will be changing according to country. Such things later we will implement. Why? Because for that you need to learn switch cases and all. As of now, I will verify so many things here without writing the pattern. We want to display the message while typing password. So I will write here on key up, verify password. We'll do here one thing. So we will keep a simple message. We can put a message or anything inside the container. We can use our bootstrap. Let's do one thing. We learned bootstrap progress bar. We will put that. So link relation style sheet href is equal to node modules bootstrap dist js boot not js css bootstrap.css. Okay, so we will put here the script here. So script source node modules. So this is bootstrap. First we need jQuery dist jQuery.js and script source node modules bootstrap dist js jquery dot bundle dot js. Okay. Now here we will design a symbol. We already learned that progress. So in that progress, we have another div. This is having the class progress bar, right? Progress bar. Okay. So this progress contains a progress bar inside that. Okay. Class container fluid. Yeah. Okay. I define here password. Now what should happen is when user is typing the password for this also class as form control. Okay. Now when user is typing the password, I want to show here, is it strong? Is it weak? Is it poor? We want to display like that. That means we need to display the length, colors, something in the progress bar. This progress bar have a span, and this progress bar will have ID. ID we will define as status bar. Status bar is the ID, and the span we have ID as status text. Status bar is that progress bar, status text is the text here. So here I have to type the password on key up. We will write the script. So here we need to define verify password. So it is a function and it is verify password. Verify password. And when you are verifying the password here, we have to access the password first. Document dot get element by ID. What is it? TXT password. We give an idea. Yeah. TXT password dot value. Now we have to verify whether it is matching with regular expression or not. So how do we verify whether it is matching with regular expression? First, you have to write regular expression. In JavaScript, regular expression is written in double slash. In HTML, we write pattern in double quotes as a string. But in JavaScript, regular expression is written in double slash. In double slash, we have to write the expression question mark equal dot star square brace a hyphen z slash w 4,10. That means password must be 4 to 10 characters with at least one uppercase letter. That is the condition. Already we learned these patterns in HTML. So I'm not repeating this anywhere. So we already discussed what is question mark, what is dot, what is asterisk, what is meta character. We already finished this completely. Now I need to verify whether password is matching with this expression or not. Then we have to use one more, another. One is status text, status bar, document dot get element by ID. Get element by ID status bar. Okay, that is a div actually. And status text document get element by ID. This is status text. Okay. And here we are adding this progress bar with a class. What else we can use? Progress bar stripped and progress bar animated. These two classes also I am giving. Fine. Now what we have to do, write the condition. The condition is if password is matching dot match with regular expression. That means match method uses a regular expression and verifies whether the password is matching with this expression. If it is matching with the expression, then we will put here status bar dot style dot width is equal to 100%. I will put as 100% width. And one more, we will be status text dot inner HTML is equal to strong password. We will define as strong password. That is how we are configuring. Now, if it is not matching, else we will put another condition. If another condition inside it, if password dot length is less than 4, because we are asking minimum 4. If it is less than 4, status bar dot style dot width we will give as 20%, and status text we will put as status text dot inner HTML we will put as weak password, not weak password, poor password. We will define as poor password. Else, this means it is greater than 4 but not having uppercase letter. In that case, we will put this status width will be some 60 or 70%, and we will put as weak password. We'll keep as weak password, because we can control the progress bar width based on style width. In Bootstrap, I told you. In Bootstrap, progress bar width is adjusted by using width, right? But that is the reason we have to apply to the width. Now here, I am typing the password. So it is poor password. And I am typing minimum 4 characters. This is weak password. Still it is weak password. So because it is not having any uppercase letter. If it is having at least one uppercase letter, then it will be strong password. If it is not having uppercase letter, it is weak password. If it is not having minimum 4 characters, then it is poor password. Right? If it is not having anything, empty, you can write one more condition. There you can put, so please enter password. Can we change the colors? Suppose if it is poor password, then what I have to define as, for example, progress bar colors can we change? Suppose if it is width 100%, I will put here status bar dot class name. I will put the class name as, so I will put as BG success. That is the class name BG success. Just I am defining the class. So this is poor password, weak password, one uppercase letter, it is success. But BG success should be along with other classes also. What are the classes we have to use? Progress bar. Oh. We have to define progress bar stripped. And we have to use progress bar animated also. This we have to apply. This we have to apply for poor password. For poor password, we will put BG danger. And for weak password, we will put as BG warning, loss warning. And you can see now, this is poor password. Progress bar, any spelling wrong? Progress bar stripped. Spelling, one spelling. Here also. Yeah. Now I am entering this. This is progress bar. This is poor password, and I entered this. This is weak password, and I am entering this. So at least one uppercase, that is strong password. Here also I have to change this stripped. Okay, right. Now another class is, suppose I will add one more. So that is a text center, right? Your wish, you can put anything you want to define, struct text. Yeah, now it is okay. Now I'm entering, this is poor password, this is the weak password, and one uppercase letter, that is strong password. Text color you can change, background color you can change the width. I am removing it, weak password. I am removing this, this is poor password. We can use bootstrap progress, or we can use our HTML progress. HTML also have progress bar, but HTML progress bar is controlled with value, not with style. Bootstrap progress bar is controlled with styles and classes. So then we can handle that and we can implement. This is used for match. Match is used to verify by using a regular expression, and important here is, so regular expression in JavaScript is defined by using, double slash, right? That is what we have to do. This is example for that, how to handle the string. These are all string related important methods. String have 1-2 more methods, but not now we can handle. For that we need to learn about statements and syntaxes. When we learn statements, then we can know about that. This is all about second data type. What is the data type? String. How to configure a string, how to handle the string. While working with string, one more important is you have to use escape sequence character for string. Already you know it. We discussed that in patterns, regular expressions, but here you need to note that. Actually, suppose if I write path, where path is equal to d:/ so images / pic.jpg. If I write path like this, it will be displayed like this, d:/images pic.jpg. So that means the single slash is used as escape. It will not able to print it. It will escape printing. And already we learned in regular expression how to write it correctly. If any character is escaping, it is not printing. We saw D. If D is character D, to make it number, we are using /D. That means what we have to do here, d:// images / pic.jpg. That is how we need to define. Then it will be /images /pic.jpg. That means if any character is escaping, it is not printing, then you have to print that by using a slash. Any character. That means, for example, you are printing some here. So suppose we are printing here demo. Okay. Suppose we are printing some character here where path is equal to d:/images /pic.jpg. Like this we are defining, and the document.write we are printing the path. It cannot print in the correct way. It will escape those characters. So to print the escaped characters, you have to put a slash. Then it can print that character. If any character is escaping, it is not only for this. Suppose I am using double quote. My intention is to print that double quote. but it cannot print the double quote. Then preside with slash double quote. It can print the double quote. You can see it can print the double quote. That is how it can manage, right? This is one important while working with escape sequences. Already we know in regular expression the same here. So this is the data type. So two data types, one is string, another one number. Now we have other data types that we'll see tomorrow. This is enough today. You have to practice all these examples. Then tomorrow we will see other data types. Boolean type, null type, undefined type, array type. Now complexity will grow. More complex things will come. That we'll see in next session. Tomorrow we'll continue. Okay, right. I will upload all these programs. You try them. Right.